Hey, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's having a wonderful week out there so far. Welcome back here to Weather on the Go. My name is Hunter, and in this forecast, we're going to be talking about the Siberian Express that will bring a rare brand of cold air to parts of North America, including the lower 48, which would be the United States. And we're looking at the potential for a major winter storm across parts of the United States as we go into next week. So, we're going to give you everything that you need to know as the atmosphere unloads across North America next week. Subscribe to the channel and follow along with all of my daily updates as I provide to you 2 forecasts a day, late morning, early afternoon, and again in the evenings here. So subscribe to the channel for those, like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share this video with friends, family, and on social media. Definitely appreciate it. Let's look here at the first 15 days so far of January. And this is where we stand with our temperature anomalies. In the central and eastern U.S., a lot of us have been trending below normal with our temperature anomalies compared to normal, and then a little bit above normal over here in the western third of the United States. Here's the precipitation anomaly since January 1st, 2025, and notice it's been pretty wet out here, especially into Montana, but down across the plains and parts of the Ohio Valley, and a lot of this has to do with our snow. Notice here our snow track has been very consistently from the central southern plains through the Ohio Valley and into the interior Northeast and parts of the Mid-Atlantic, whereas areas of the Midwest, the Deep South, especially the Southeast, have really kind of missed out on the snowfall so far this month. Let's see if that changes. So as we go forward into the next 24 hours or so, we have a ridge of high pressure out here in the heartland of the United States, and this is going to bring some warmer than normal temperatures that will extend into tomorrow on Friday, January 17th. And this is going to feel quite nice across the upper Midwest here since it's been really kind of cold across this region. We're going to actually start off kind of chilly. Yes, temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s, but a lot warmer than the previous mornings here. We're at 31 to start off the day tomorrow in the Twin Cities, 32 right at freezing there from the Des Moines area over towards Omaha, and then 29 there in St. Louis. Warming up in the afternoon, this would be a perfect opportunity to go wash the salt off your vehicle if you have any here across the Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, or Northeast, because our temperatures will be warming up in a big way. Mid-40s all the way up there into Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and into Nebraska, and the freezing line goes all the way up there toward the upper Great Lakes region. Let's look here at the weather alerts across the United States. We do have wind advisories that have been posted by the local National Weather Service offices in the Dakotas, and this does bring some gusty winds over the next 24 hours. Also, winter weather advisories where we expect some snow into eastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, and over here into parts of the eastern Ohio Valley as well. Looking at the wind gusts, the maximum wind gusts that we could see over the next 24 hours going through the entirety of the day on Friday, we could be seeing in these red shaded colors gusts of 40 to perhaps 50 miles per hour. This includes the Dakotas, the Black Hill region of South Dakota, down here all the way to West Texas, keeping an eye on that. The higher elevations of Montana, we could actually see wind gusts over 80 miles per hour here. So if you know anybody, I guess, that is in northwest Montana here or the higher elevations of Wyoming, let them know that we could have some 70, 80 mile per hour wind gusts there going through the next 24 hours. Now let's track the precipitation. We have a clipper system moving through Manitoba and western Ontario tonight. That's the culprit for some of our gusty winds with the change of the air mass. Colder to the north, a little bit warmer down to the south here, and that will be the change of our air masses, and that's the momentum. That's why we have the wind that is how strong it is, 40, 50 miles an hour. And then you can see the snowfall as we go into Friday. Ontario gets the brunt of the snowfall, but Friday night we have a lot of moisture and warm air advection moving up here into parts of the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, and Deep South. This is all going to be liquid rainfall as far north as Chicago, Indianapolis, Paducah, getting into Nashville here, and all the way down into Alabama, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, Florence. You guys understand as we go into Friday night, that's what we'll be seeing. So snowfall accumulation is going to be kind of few and far between now and Friday night because of that warmer influx of air from the south, and that will push our clipper system track up here into southern Canada. So from Alberta and British Columbia eastward through Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, and western Quebec, That's where we could see a general 1 to 3, if not 2 to 4 inches of snow through your Friday night. A little bit of snow over here near the Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley and interior Northeast, and a little bit from Montana down through Wyoming and Colorado, but just not a lot. And then looking at Saturday, a storm system could bring a mix of rain and snow to especially the northern part of the Ohio Valley. A little bit of cold air damming down here into West Virginia, and the western North Carolina. Would not be surprised to see snowflakes as far south as Asheville, North Carolina there on Saturday. Same thing there on Sunday, as well as that energy just kind of sits around there. And then as we go into Monday, very fast moving energy. And that is because we have a major Arctic blast that is on the way, and Siberian Express at that. And that's going to put a lot of high pressure here. Look at all the H's on the map. And that means some cold air. And we're going to be talking about that here in a moment. But before we get there, we could be seeing a few more inches of snow into Colorado, Northeast New Mexico, the Texas, Oklahoma panhandles here on the order of 1 to 4 inches or so. And then same thing over here in the Ohio Valley, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, up into New York State, and then all the way up there toward Maine. Could be seeing anywhere from a dusting or coating of snow all the way to 2 inches here through your Martin Luther King Day. Let's talk about the Siberian Express, because this cold air is originating in Siberia, and it's going to make its way down into the southern Canadian provinces and into eventually the central and southern U.S. on Saturday. Really bleeds all the way to the Gulf Coast on Sunday. Look at these temperature anomalies, 30, 40 degrees below normal. And then the bottom just drops out on Martin Luther King Day with potentially some temperature anomalies 50 degrees below normal here, especially across the Front Range and into the plains, parts of the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. Let's look at those temperatures. High temperatures Saturday afternoon, freezing line dropping south. Behind that front, we're going to be seeing temperatures that are sub-freezing and then eventually sub-zero the further north you go towards Montana, North Dakota, and northern Minnesota. Wind chill values Saturday afternoon approaching minus 20, minus 25 up here into Montana, into North Dakota, and northern Minnesota. Even colder than that in the minus 30s up here into Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario Saturday afternoon. I would imagine wind chill advisories would be issued here. And if not, wind chill warnings, because Sunday afternoon we see high temperatures well below zero here, minus 5, minus 10 up into North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And our wind chills are still in that 15 to 30 degrees below zero range Sunday afternoon. And looking here at Alaska, I had a lot of requests for people to look at the temperatures in Alaska. Looking at Martin Luther King Day, for example, it's going to be warming up here with the colder air. You know what they say, what goes up must come down. So if we're seeing warmer air in Alaska, you can only guess that it's going to be really, really cold in Martin Luther King Day and across the lower 48. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Temperatures kind of around freezing and well above normal here in Alaska on Martin Luther King Day. And look at this major high pressure here. This is a Siberian high pressure system of 1050, and that is about as strong as a high pressure system can get. Monday afternoon, MLK Day, the same thing. We have single digits to teens below zero for high temperatures, even 20s below zero over here in Ontario, where the core of that cold air will be, and those wind chills will be biting Monday afternoon. Make sure to bundle up if you're heading out to any sporting events here if they are held, also any errands that you need to run, because our wind chills will be 15 to 30, if not 40 degrees below zero in some spots, and that could give you frostbite in as little as 10 to 15 minutes here. That is some serious stuff. And mind you, down here in Texas, Lone Star State, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and most of Georgia here in the Carolinas, a lot of these states are going to see 80, 90, if not 100% of the state seeing below freezing wind chills as we go into Monday afternoon. Just some incredible stuff. And looking here beyond that point, Tuesday, January 21st through Sunday the 26th, that cold air kind of hugs the Gulf Coast and the eastern side of the country, and that will energize the jet stream because it's going to push it further south, and that could get a low pressure system going as we go into next week. Now, there's still a lot of disagreement, even though we're still several days out from this event. But looking at the European model for Tuesday, January 21st, it has snowfall in Houston, Victoria, Texas, Lake Charles, and New Orleans, believe it or not, all the way over here to Gulfport, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama here on the European run here as of this afternoon. The Wednesday time frame, the European model has the cold air. It's dry air. It suppresses the storm track well to the south over the Gulf of Mexico. and over South Florida as rain there for Miami. And then as we go into Thursday, it has a little bit of something trying to brew up there near the coast of Texas. Mainly rain there on Thursday, and then really doesn't get much going. We have northwest flow coming in, a lot of clipper systems up across southern Canada, the northern U.S. there on Friday with the European run. Let's look at the American GFS. Pretty similar, actually, from Victoria, Texas to Houston, Lake Charles and New Orleans, Gulfport, Mississippi, a lot of the same areas as the European. This is the 18Z GFS for Tuesday, and it shows snow, so definitely going to be cold enough for that. It does agree that we're going to see cold air suppression, so it's going to suppress that cold air further to the south and the storm track further to the south off the Gulf Coast as well. Then what's different about the American GFS here than the Euro is that it actually shows a bona fide snowstorm from Kansas and into Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois as we go into Thursday, and it gets it into a mature major winter storm across the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley in the northeast, with warmer temperatures across the southeast here for the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida, which means those areas would be all rain. So what is key here? There's disagreements between the European and the GFS model on the track, the timing of the cold air as it comes in as well, and also just in general the kind of positioning of the jet stream as we go into next week. So here's the differences. European model putting down a nice swath of 2 to 5 inches of snow, and this, by the way, does include North Florida on this run between Tuesday the 21st and Friday the 24th, and even some ice down there, even as far south as Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. This is a nasty ice storm run for North Florida, potentially over a 1/4 inch of ice if that did verify. Now the American GFS run, same time frame, Tuesday, January 21st through Friday, January 24th. Snow track a lot further to the north by hundreds of miles, all the way up here into Missouri, parts of the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, into interior New England for some heavy snow on the order of about 6 to 10 inches. And then the ice storm track kind of near and northwest of the I-95 corridor, and all liquid here kind of from around Cape Cod to Long Island here, Trenton, New Jersey, all the way down into Roanoke. And then we're seeing more rainfall further to the south here on this run. So a lot of disagreements. We'll continue to keep you updated on that. So subscribe to the channel and follow my updates daily. We're going to have another forecast discussion here on this channel late morning, early afternoon tomorrow. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell so you're notified for any future videos, live streams. Like the video by giving it a thumbs up down below. Share this video with friends, family, and on social media. And of course, drop your comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after this video, and I hope everyone has a terrific rest of their Thursday out there.